venture capital funding, it was like 2.3% to women, and Black women was 0.0004.
Oh, no.
That was shocking to me. So all you men out there, wherever you are, please fund women. Some of the influencers that have huge followings are not as impactful as a micro-influencer. We have one of our influencers that started, I think she had like 7,000 followers, based in San Francisco. She sold so much more than anybody else.
It's authentic.
It's authentic. Like the people following her really care about her.
Not taking VC money, it sounds glamorous. That also sounds really hard. Was there moments where you're like, I have to?
We did have an offer, and it was sitting on our table with a pen waiting to sign it. And we just looked at each other and said, why are we doing it? We don't need the money. We just didn't want to lose that independence. So we used to do this one-size product. And actually, a funny story is that we got a letter from some woman, like, how dare you call it one-size-fits-all? It does not fit me.
I was going to say that.
So Michael took the label. He took a Sharpie. He wrote most. He goes, okay, this is a new label. And that's how he solved the problem.
Suzanne, I'm so excited to have this conversation. Today, I'm here with Suzanne Lerner, who is CEO, co-founder of Michael Stars, which is a brand that has stood the test of time. And that is all because of you, my gal, who has effectively just weathered all of the different things thrown at you to create a brand that has meaning and has life and quality. Personally, I'm a huge fan of the white tea. It's the weight of it is just pure, it's glory.
Lexi.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a huge fan. So I would love to just have a discussion about all things. Really, nothing's off the table. Just about your world and how you've maintained such a strong brand and brand identity over the years. You have so much wisdom, and I think this industry is quite transient of people who try it and burn out and fail, but you've really anchored and weathered things. And so that kind of wisdom is just so valuable. And so I'm just excited to have this conversation.
Well, I am excited to be here, Mo.
Thanks. So to open the questions, what I've always seen and observed is you don't separate values or activism from your brand, which I think a lot of people would say is kind of crazy because you have a lot of risk there. Can you talk to me about how you woke up at 3 a.m. and said, Michael Stars has to support abortion rights?
Yeah, well, I wake up a lot at 3 a.m. with ideas.
Yeah.
And I tell my team, I said, just please put your phones on silent.
Because I will.
We're going to see a text message when you wake up.
Yeah.
But that particular morning was because a couple months prior to that, Roe v. Wade was overturned. And I had been in the 70s marching and really believe in my customers that they care about health and they care about abortion. But I was nervous to, like, how am I going to tell my customers about it? Maybe being a small business, small, medium business, maybe they're going to really be concerned about the fact that I'm doing it. I'm going to lose customers and lose market share. But actually, in the end, it was only to my benefit because it was my values. And I think that people were happy to see that I had said something. There were a lot of good comments, a lot of people even continuing to follow me, including younger influencers and younger customers. And then I had a few people who said, I'm not shopping with you again. And I thought, that's your right.
Right.
And it was just the right decision for my company because it was me. The company is me. That's how people look at it.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of it being you co-founded it with your cutie of a late husband who I love that story.
You saw his photo?
Oh yeah. I had to do my sleuthing because I love the story of him walking in and you asking him out, which I think has such CEO energy, by the way. I mean, you ask a man out, build this amazing company. Of course, like that's just the energy you hold, which I so appreciate. You co-founded it with him. This is totally off script because we were just talking about how grief is, changed the trajectory of my career. I guess, how do you keep him alive in the brand? That's such a important thing.
Yeah, I mean, the DNA of the brand was both of us. And of course, it was called Michael Stars.
Yeah.
The original product we made was screen printed T-shirts, and there was an artist named John Stars that did all the designs. So that's how they came up with the name. And I joined very briefly before we sold a single piece and changed things around beforehand. But his photo is up you walk in and out of Michael Starr's, his photo's there, and we feel him.
Yeah.
We feel him. He's everywhere. I have a second home in Greece, and I sat down in bed one day and I looked out the door, and his favorite hammock, which I put up every time I come,
Of course.
was just swinging away, no wind. And I know he's there. And, his values are so important.
Yeah.
I think and we've instilled it in everybody that works for us. We have a lot of people that have worked for us for a long time.
Yeah.
That love being there because of that. And, through the ups and downs of the business, they've remained faithful and loyal.
Yeah. I mean, because that's hard to find now. I mean, truly, it's hard to find somewhere that you feel, as an employee, you feel seen and heard.
I agree.
And so you're creating that for people.
That's why it was so important to remain a small company and to not take VC money, because we didn't want that to leave. It was part of our ethos. That was the brand.
But not taking VC money, I mean, it sounds glamorous. That also sounds really hard. Like, was there moments where you're like, I have to? Like,
we self-funded. We built it small, and then we did very, very well. And we reinvested the money in the business and in the stock market, which has been doing well. So that's really good. And we didn't overspend. We weren't big spenders.
Yeah.
We just didn't want to lose that independence. And we did have an offer, and it was sitting on our table with a pen waiting to sign it. And we just looked at each other and said, why are we doing it? We don't need the money. And so many of the brands that were around, I don't know where they are anymore.
Yeah.
They got sold. The entrepreneur, owner, founder, genius behind the brand was let go.
Yeah.
And there's just nothing left to them. And we were really proud of our brand.
Yeah.
We built for so many years.
Do you feel like that allows you to be a little more vocal about different stances? Because I can imagine just a big board being like, you can't say that. I mean, do you have the freedom?
I would think that is what happens with those big boards. As we know for some, I mean, look at Target and what happened to them by wanting to do something and then backing off of it and being scared. And the board obviously making that decision. So we don't have that.
Yeah.
But I have my team. And, I run things past everybody all the time.
Yeah.
When we started the foundation over 20 years ago, it's because we really cared about our customer base, and it's really focused on women and girls. And we primarily support grassroots organizations and also organizations led by women of color in the States and overseas. It was important for us to have that connection. And it's kind of been our North Star. We follow the lead of what the foundation thinks because it's our beliefs.
Yeah.
So partnerships we do with people we fund, and ideas come through that. And so there is no other way to be as a company.
Yeah.
If we weren't that, who would we be?
Yeah. I mean, you've met so many brand owners in LA and beyond, and you are a close-knit community who share information. And are you trying to encourage other brand owners to have a voice, or is that just scary? Because we're in very much a cancel culture. There's a lot of fear around it.
I wish we were a close-knit community. I don't feel like we are where we could be working together. But my goal is just to reach my consumer.
Yeah.
To reach young women, to reach older women that might not be involved. If I can say something that's going to make them excited or to think or care, and then they act on that thought, that means everything for me. That's why I'm alive, I think. To reach out and push people to do something bigger with their lives.
To be slightly uncomfortable even, because some people
make people uncomfortable.
That's like my favorite thing. I think breaking the script and making people uncomfortable is like
totally.
But people need it.
Do it. I do it. Well, I feel I do it. That I'm kind but direct.
Yeah.
And if you do it like that and bring the kindness with you, it's not as scary.
Yeah.
And hopefully people will accept it.
I actually think that's the safest kind of person because you don't ever have to wonder about their intentions or you're not like, wait, what?
Especially in LA.
Yes, especially in LA.
Sorry, LA.
I mean,
love LA.
I've been here for a couple days and I think people are weirded out by my winsomeness because I'm just chatting with everyone.
Oh, I do that. I don't think I go 60 seconds in a room.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is my friends say, I can't believe it. You have been in this room 60 seconds and you've already connected somebody to somebody else.
Yeah.
So that's what's important is bringing people together.
Yeah.
How do you do it? So I'll, hear about somebody doing something else. I'll go, you should meet this person. Actually, producer of this show, I'm already connecting up about issues that he cares about because I love connecting people.
Yeah. I think it's kind of a dying art because there's so many people looking out for themselves right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I know when I was in any type of transition, knowing that I just had my people that I can tap and say, here's what I want to do, here's my vision, and they can say, I'll connect you to 5 different people. That's just such a gift. And I don't know if people really recognize it as a gift.
And in person.
Mhm.
So much of it is done over Zoom or connecting through the internet. Like, how do you bring people together where they're physically with each other? I think that that's something that's really lacking
Yeah.
now in our world. And how do you do it? So this is actually
It's
fantastic
kind
to
of
meet you.
refreshing, huh?
I know, it
I
is.
actually have a question on that. So your brand started when I was a wee lad.
Yeah. Mm.
And I know how shocking my upbringing was with social media hitting the scene and just how differently I bought and saw the world and consumed. That probably was quite rattling because you had an anchored brand, but then Instagram hit and then TikTok. How did you kind
Oh,
of
yeah, it was very,
evolve?
very different. Started putting ads on Facebook,
Yeah.
started talking about things. Now we have a whole studio in
Yeah.
our company. We used to go out and take shots. Um, it was a changeover. And then Instagram really changed things big,
In a good
too.
way,
Well, I
mostly?
think it's the only way. It's
Yeah.
how people shop now.
Yeah.
It's what you have to do. You have to
Yeah.
be involved in this. We haven't really dabbled in TikTok
Hmm.
that much. We're talking about doing that.
Yeah.
So we thought, really, is our consumer actually going there? But I think everybody goes there.
Yeah.
But how to do it right and to
Yeah.
keep your expenses down
Mhm.
to do it. So I've been doing, so we have Michael Starr's Instagram and then we have a Suzanne_Lerner Instagram.
Hmm.
So I'm able to talk a little bit more openly about my political issues and how I feel. But a
Mhm.
lot of it is about mentoring and things I travel and maybe a recipe and
Yeah.
trying to reach out to people to be closer to them.
Yeah.
So that's fun. And then we get interconnect. We'll do things together with Michael Starr's.
Mhm.
And I've been starting to do these reels. And
Yeah.
it's like my impressions. I'm like, did I get all those impressions from like wearing some
Yeah.
cashmere sweaters, hanging around Manhattan Beach?
'Cause
So
you're
I know the
cool.
importance of a founder.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing now that I really do have to engage more,
Yeah.
even more
But you like it.
people.
You're natural at it. So it's almost like another stage to be on.
I was nerve-wracking.
Really?
Yeah. I was a person that always wanted to be behind the camera, running things,
Yeah.
producing things.
Yeah.
But I'm a seller, so I talk to customers all the time.
Yeah.
But to actually be on video and do that,
Yeah.
it took some getting used to. I
Yeah.
had some coaching.
Yeah. I just think now brands have like this, there's like an insatiable need for content. They're like, there's RCS messaging, there's email campaigns, there's TikTok, there's
Everything.
Instagram. And so how do you keep up? Like, how do you generate that
I
much
have
content?
a great team. I have a great creative brand director
Yeah.
who just shoots exactly who we are.
Yeah.
So we have all that, and we just keep creating things. We have a good digital marketing team,
Yeah.
so that really helps. And I see every email. I mean, we put out 3
Yeah.
or 4 a week.
Yeah.
And I approve every one.
Okay.
Anything that goes out to the public, I
Yeah.
need to see.
Yeah.
Because I'll see a word or I'll see a phrase or the photograph isn't as perfect as I want it to be,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll change that. But they go out all the time. And we're actually doing mail order catalogs.
I was actually thinking, I was just asking someone, like, I get them from Free People, and
Yeah.
I just can't help but love how tangible it is. And I just think it's coming back. People
Yeah.
want
COVID.
Yeah.
I think that people stayed home
Yeah.
and they started realizing they wanted to see something in
Yeah.
real life rather than digital image. So, we get a 50% open rate when we send out a new catalog digitally.
Right.
And I said to my team, what about the other 50%
Mm-hmm.
of people that are not looking at it? Or you're opening it, but are you going back to it again?
Yeah.
And I thought, I really like getting a catalog. So we started with a few thousand and we ramped up to a couple 100,000. And it's amazing the business that comes in. And people like, I've got my catalog. I marked what I want.
Yeah.
Like the old days.
The good old days. Yeah.
The other thing is,
Hear it.
the shares in the Hamptons. Everybody has their
Yeah.
shares and there's multiple people that go through.
Yeah.
And when we used to advertise a lot,
Yeah.
I remember when Hamptons magazine came out,
Mm-hmm.
we said, just think about how many people are going to see that magazine in one summer
Yeah.
in one of these shares. So I liked it. And then I'd ask my niece and friends, 2 years before that, catalogs. And then all of a sudden, I love my catalogs.
Yeah.
So I would tell everybody that's out there that wants to start a DTC brand that they should think about investing in catalogs.
That's quite great advice because I don't think it would be top of mind. But you've had to
We've had success.
bob and weave, in every trend. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's another thing that if someone was starting a D2C brand and you probably have these conversations all the time and they have a plan and it's quite arrogant and you just have to listen and say, oh,
yeah, reality checks.
Yeah, reality checks. Like, how do you give
Well,
those?
I'm glad to hear they have a plan because a lot of times I get people that don't.
Yeah.
My big thing is I needed to be able to learn to read financial statements because I was a college dropout.
Yeah.
And I just went traveling around the world and ended up in India. And all of a sudden it's like, I guess I'm getting in the fashion business, which is how it happened. So I had to learn my way through the industry, work my way up. And I think doing every job there is in your company, like understand everything. So, and I think most young entrepreneurs do that. They're shipping. I used to ship out of my apartment. Like, you do whatever you need to do to make it happen.
Yeah.
I think that to me would be the best advice, just to learn every single role.
Yeah.
Because you're going to understand that person. If you get big enough and you have a person hired, you can actually relate to what they do.
Yeah. Instead of like just
telling somebody what to do.
Or the opposite. What if a CFO is like, here are the numbers and you didn't understand them?
Oh,
that would be horrifying.
Definitely.
Actually. I think that was actually a huge struggle for me as an entrepreneur. Is I loved the creative side. I could pick textiles all day, but I couldn't. Those spreadsheets would they're
not my favorite.
No,
and I still don't know Excel. I mean, I know the basics. So that's one of those things. Proficient. It's like, just give me the Excel report. I get it. I can read everything on it. But don't ask me to do it.
Yeah. What about even things like 75% of the product is made in LA, which is wild. And I was telling you off mic that is so wild because I tried so hard to find a manufacturer in the US. Have you had a long-standing relationship with the same manufacturer? Like, how did you do that?
When we started, we used a company out of Orwigsburg, Pennsylvania. They had been around since 1918. And we started really by buying blanks, which a lot of people do now. There's a lot of companies that sell blank T-shirts. At the time, there were very few. So we found this particular company called Fessler, and we started buying their blanks and putting screen prints on them. Eventually, we started doing basics. We started our shine fabric. And they had a pattern maker, and they produced everything for us. They knit the fabric. So they had the yarn. And there were so many knitting mills in America at the time. Now they're really all gone.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So we were with them until 2009, which was when that big recession happened, when Obama first came into office. And they had very big customers, who I will not mention, who went offshore.
Oh,
they went to go cheap.
Took their business,
which is what really drives me crazy. They could have stayed and supported and made a little bit less margin, but they're on the stock market and they need to show the numbers no matter what. And so we had to reproduce every pattern. This is like 150 styles.
Yeah, I can't. That's a lot of
150 patterns, fit them, find somebody to make the fabric for us. So we used local Los Angeles-based knitting mills.
Wow.
We reproduced it, and 9 months after that company closed, we were shipping, and nobody knew it was any different. That was a very proud moment for us.
I was going to say,
we could continue the company because we could have just closed at that point because we didn't have somebody to produce our product. So now we do it ourselves, which means I have pattern makers, tech writers. If you come to my warehouse, you'll see all the rolls of fabric that we own because we do a lot of different fabrics. And we garment dye them so we can buy it in white and then sew up the style and then dye it as we need it.
That seems really rare. I mean, knowing what I know about e-com businesses, it's very much a different world. They're communicating with their manufacturer over Zoom. Maybe they're really not in person, touching, feeling. Do you feel like that's the art that is kind of being lost right now?
Yes, absolutely. I think most companies start out importing. But when all the companies went overseas, that's what happened too.
Right.
It's a natural progression.
Yeah.
How do we bring things back? I mean, now we're hearing, well, let's open up factories in America, and then the tariffs are high, but how do you start building a factory in America and then the tariffs go down and people are going to go back offshore?
Right.
Also, I really cared about women's rights.
Yeah.
And I know what's going on in Bangladesh.
I was going to say, it's hard
in India, and these women are making absolutely nothing and terrible working conditions. And so I really was proud of the fact I could make it in LA, could see the factories. Our cutting service is owned by a woman.
Hmm.
One of our largest factories is owned by a woman.
Yeah.
So that made me feel good too. And
Yeah.
just to support the economy here.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, are other brand owners trying to get your advice on how you do this? Because this seems like it would be something that a lot of brand owners would say, well, that's just too hard. I can't do that. The margins aren't there. Or,
Well, the margins aren't there like they are with importing. That's true.
but you
But
haven't
we
been a
live without
revenue.
it. You know what? It's
Yeah.
not only about making a profit. And I
Mhm.
know it's very controversial for me to say that, but some years we don't.
Yeah.
And I still pay my health care. I still
Yeah.
pay people to work for me. I'm still supporting the factories in LA without having to go offshore,
Yeah.
which is just going to change the whole trajectory. And plus, we use Supima cotton. We use really great.
I feel it.
We try to get American grown cotton when we can, but
Yeah.
we import fabrics. We do things as an import. We try
Yeah.
to sew it and make it here. Sweaters, on the other hand, there are no sweater mills left. There's like 2
Really?
of them in LA, and they're very expensive.
Wow.
So that's why some of our product is made overseas. Because there's things you just can't make anymore at a price that in any way captures the price point I need to sell to my customers, because they expect me to sell quality at a great price.
Mhm.
So it's hard, and you're competing with fast fashion.
Yeah.
Or you've got brands that are great brands, but they're much more expensive than me. Made in LA, it's the same make, it's the same fabric,
Right.
and they charge 40% more.
Yeah.
And if they can get away with it, but I like being at a price point that my customers
Mhm.
like.
What your ideal customer is, they kind of like the buy once, buy well, kind of like buy quality. Because I know that you care about going green and not wasting. You partner with ThredUp for recycling. So
Yeah.
how that value runs through the
Very
business.
deep.
Yeah.
It's very deep with us because we care about that.
Yeah.
During COVID, another COVID reference here, I was thought, I really haven't seen, I mean, we've been in business for a long time. I don't have all the things we ever made. So I went on Poshmark and ThredUp and eBay and started buying up
Old SKUs?
old SKUs that were like, and I know the style anyway, but there's an older label.
Yeah.
And I bought like 60 pieces. And they were like, so some of them were $9.99, some of them were $20.99. Now when I get on, they're like $35. So
I love that
I might
for
have
you.
created this, increase the price. And that's what gave me the idea to contact ThredUp. But anyway, they got to my warehouse, and my younger influencer, social media girls, people who work there, were so excited. They wanted to wear them all.
Yeah.
So now for our
we
have a 40th anniversary coming up. So we're going to do something fun with that. Like
everyone wear the old style.
Oh my God. We have so many old celebrity photos of,
Really?
Jenny Aniston when she was young, and the ER team and all the Friends people. And
that's so cool.
It's going to be really fun. Sarah Jessica Parker, they all were loving Michael Stars. And that was when, you found their photo.
Yeah.
And you bought an InStyle, or you bought a People magazine, and that's why you bought something.
Yeah.
Now you have social media, which is a whole different game.
How have you stayed relevant? Like, that's kind of a weird question, but like, you probably ebbed and flowed through popularity, right? Because you had to kind of keep winning hearts over and over again.
Yeah, and also we have to find our people.
Yeah.
So I mean, we've sold millions of T-shirts over the years.
Yeah.
How do I find that woman again? So it's interesting because I speak on equality.
Yeah.
I'll sit on a panel. Invariably, more than one person walks up to me to tell me the story of how they bought their first Michael Stars T-shirt.
Yeah.
And they're smiling and they're so excited.
Yeah.
And I looked at them and said, you know what we do now? Oh, no, I haven't really seen what you've done. So I hand them a discount card and say, go online and shop. So I'm meeting more and more people like that every single day. They all have their story, and we'd love to get those people re-involved with the brand.
Yeah.
And then there's the younger influencer that's discovering us.
Yeah.
Because we do work with Shop My, and we just have influencers that are interested in us. So we send them things, and they become big fans.
Mm-hmm.
So we're able to, at one point, we had a little older customer base. But now we're 25 to whatever.
Yeah.
It's a state of mind.
It really is. What is age?
It is. Everybody's the same age.
I know. It's just the spirit. I think that's probably where TikTok comes in for a lot of brands. Like, they want the influencers to, I guess, influence. But I could also see it being quite a risk. You want the right people influencing your brand because you're so protective of it.
But you know what I've found? The some of the influencers that have huge followings are not as impactful as a micro-influencer.
Micro-influencer.
We have one of our influencers that started, I think she had like 7,000 followers, based in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And through ShopMy, you can see, I mean, she loved Jess Caparelli. She loved our product.
Yeah.
And she sold so much more than anybody else.
Really?
Because
it's
authentic.
I think
it's authentic. Like the people following her really care about her.
Yeah.
So I could follow some big influencer, but it's 1 million people are following him.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really interesting for me. So we looked more for that.
Yeah.
We did South by a couple of times, and we had some local Austin and Dallas influencers come, and it made a difference.
Yeah. What a weird world. I mean, I remember when I started my hat brand, I would find moms that I just loved their aesthetic. They might have 200 followers, barely any followers. But the reason I sent them free baby hats is because I loved the images that they created. And then I would just post those on my Instagram. Right. And it didn't really matter the selling influence, more of just whatever life you're living. I love that feeling. Like, I love the feeling you bring. And I think that authenticity it's hard to find now in the sea of influencers, the sea of sameness.
So what's going to happen? So there's all this paid influencer stuff going on.
Right.
And not everybody has the money for that.
Right.
So how do you reach people? And I think by being authentic as a brand, and that you care and you build a community.
Yeah.
That's why I'm going to do more reels. I've decided, because I really do have this thing with people, and they actually see that, oh, there actually is a woman running the company, even though it's called Michael Stars. And she does care about the issues I care about, and that makes it more meaningful for them to want to give their money to a brand that cares about the same things.
Oh, yeah. I mean, value-driven companies are hard to come by.
Totally.
But also
they retain their values.
They retain their values, but also that they're not just trying to ride a hype. I think that's something I'm always cautious about too. But how do you tell the difference? I mean, you know it. You could probably sniff that out in a second.
I think that anybody looking in social media and following a company should be able to tell the difference.
They should.
Or not.
Yeah.
You hope.
You hope.
I do hope that.
Yeah.
But, people just follow brands. They just want that brand. Doesn't matter what. Doesn't matter where it's produced. And they still do it. And it drives me crazy. I mean, it's like fast fashion.
Yeah.
I mean, the landfills, our environment, it is just getting over this thing. And people still shop it.
Yeah.
And I'm really surprised that so many people. I actually met a girl once who said, I only buy secondhand.
Yeah.
So I'm meeting more and more women like that, which is also one of the reasons why I approached ThredUp.
Yeah.
I thought, well, great. Then you should be able to buy from me too. I mean, we don't provide anything to ThredUp. We help advertise, talk about them, send kits. We'll send a kit to them to fill up a bag. But in the end, ThredUp said, oh my God, you're one of our best brands out there. We're so excited to do this. So you can get on our website and find Replay, and Replay will take you to the ThredUp site. There aren't many companies that are willing to lose somebody who they just spent a lot of money on, if that ROS, to get that person to look online and get that email address, to have them just leave your site to go somewhere else.
You're right. I think because you're not like, I need the revenue at all costs, which I don't think I've ever met a founder that has said, some years are great, some years are not. That type of conviction is really rare, but it's led to something really meaningful.
Right.
Yeah, it's just rare.
And I'm glad you recognize that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Poshmark guy. If I see anything, I look on Poshmark first because it already exists. Someone out there didn't want that piece
and it's
anymore.
A person.
It's a person who has a profile and they wore that dress to a wedding and they're never going to wear it again. And to your point, that does end up in a landfill. But I also care deeply about fashion. I think it's art. I think it's expression. So I want to evolve my fashion without being wasteful. And that is a really tricky thing to do.
And we are not trendy. We stay on trend.
Yeah.
We also do great quality basics. And we're fashion forward.
Basics are
But we have great quality. So I visited a friend in Austin, and she's like, she pulls out all these things from her closet. They're like 5 years old, 7 years old. She said, I wear this all the time. So that we have longevity within the fashion that we do.
Yeah.
And the product that we do. Because a lot of the fast fashion is in and out. And that's why it ends up in landfill.
Yeah, staples.
Or the quality isn't good, and you got the T-shirt for
right.
We used to do business with Amazon, and they used to buy from us. So in those days, they had buyers. We had a very nice business, and then they said, open up a shop, one of those 3PL shops, and then we did that. We hired that warehouse, and I started looking, going, why are my sales not doing well? And I looked, and you scroll down, and they have T-shirts for $4.99, $9.99 that look like mine. They're not mine. They're not my quality. And so we said, we're done with you, Amazon. We don't need you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need that kind of business. They were just pawning off of me.
To be really clear, there's such a difference of the weight of cotton and then the thicker neckline of your shirt. Yeah, because you feel it. Like you physically feel
That's
the
our
quality.
1-by-1 cotton. That nobody makes that fabric, and it's expensive.
Yeah.
To make.
But it feels
and
expensive.
So my margins aren't that great on this, but we want to keep it at a price point where everybody's going to be able to, accessible to everybody.
I think saying out loud, we're not trendy. I think I would have thought that would have created like a, ooh, I don't want to say that. But I feel like you own that because not being trendy means that you have staples, you have quality, and you've stood the test of time. So, but where
we follow trends.
You follow trends. We follow
the trends.
Yeah, but in a sustainable way.
We didn't do the cowboy thing and fringe.
Yeah,
it's just
that was going to come and go.
Trendy. So that's what I mean by trendy.
Yeah,
like it just doesn't have the longevity. So we still want to be a fashion.
Yeah,
and colors that are happening, shapes.
I was going to say
silhouettes.
I kept looking at barrel jeans, being like, "Are these here to stay?" Because barrel jeans. Because I was like,
"Oh, I know."
Because I'm too short
be here for a while.
I'm too short for those. I look like a little.
Well, there's everything is in denim now.
Yeah.
I just saw something Women's Wear Daily said, basic denim's coming back. I'm like, oh my God, really? I have a pile of denim. I don't know how high the pile is over the years of just like every single trend there is. They always come back.
I know. I think bell bottoms. I think those should come back to
They
stay.
should never come back.
No, I'm pro. I think
you like them?
I think because I'm short, they give me like maybe a little more shape.
Oh.
I mean, all trends come back, right?
Wait, I'm waiting for the trend to come back because we've been wearing the dad jeans.
Yeah.
Everything's gone really, really high.
Yeah.
And for a while there was like nobody wanted it. It started kind of in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And now they're starting to lower.
Wait, you like this?
So the rise is going down. And at one point, when we were really hot, we had long T-shirts because the pants were so low that we needed that longer T-shirt. And now everything's wearing crop and shorter. But I said to the girls,
that season.
Keep some of those styles in the line because I'm seeing they're heading down.
Yeah.
So in a year from now, 2 years from now, you're going to start seeing that. Not, I think, that low, younger customer.
Yeah. I mean,
not our girl.
That ship has sailed for me.
No way.
3 kids, I will be passing on the crop.
Well, that's the other thing. So we used to do this one size product.
Oh, yeah.
That is so funny because we used to call them baby, tiny, relaxed, oversized. So we had sizes within our one size T-shirts.
Yeah.
And there were always one size fits most.
Yeah,
they did not
of
fit
course.
all.
Yeah.
And actually, a funny story is that we got a letter from some woman. Letters.
Yeah.
A letter. That. Like, how dare you call it one size fits all? It does not fit me.
I was going to say that.
So Michael took the label. He took a Sharpie. He wrote most. He goes, okay, this is a new label. And that's how we solved the problem.
One size fits most. So, wait, do you still do that?
We do for our wholesale business.
Okay.
Our direct-to-consumer business, which is almost 50% of our business, we decided to start making sizes. It made me so nervous. I was like, I don't know if we can do this. This is who we are. It's our ethos. And they said, really? And it's really wonderful. Yeah. It's been wonderful.
Yeah.
So, but my specialty stores still love the one size. Easy to buy.
I love
Stack them high, watch them fly.
I love it.
At one point we were doing 30 colors a season.
Yeah.
30. It was insane.
Would you still do that?
Our dining room table was covered with color cards, like covered. So Michael and I just lived our life. It was we laughed. We said, Michael Stars is like the third person in bed. That's about the only way we get into. And it was just wherever we lived. It was like the colors were out on the dining room table because it was like my life.
I feel like I miss him for you in those moments where you're creating new things and you have to kind of because I talk to my brother all the time in my head of just
I know.
Just like that intuition of
it's not the same.
Knowing. It's not the same, but it's such a cool way that you've kept him in it with you, and like you said, he shows up everywhere. He's probably so proud that you rallied through these
I
hard
hope so.
moments. I really
When
think
I
that.
first started getting really active again and started funding some organizations before we had our foundation, somebody said to me, "You've got to get on this board." And at that time, we knew Michael was sick. Didn't know how sick he was at the time. I
Mhm.
said, "I can't do that. I can't do that." And they said, "You have to do something for yourself."
Hmm.
So I got involved with this board, and I flew to Washington, D.C. And the first time I did it, he was so upset that I was leaving. "Where are you
Aw.
going? How can you leave?" And so the next time I went, I didn't tell him till the night before. And he said, What do you mean you're leaving?" And I said, "If I had told you, you would have behaved like this baby for 3 days before I left. So now I don't." So I leave, and a really close friend of mine always would go over and hang out with him.
Yeah.
And she goes, "He would say how Susie is saving the world. You're so
Aw.
proud of you." So,
So he's
in
still
spite of
thinking
it,
that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I love
That's
that.
good. And the team at Michael Stars really appreciate what I do too.
Yeah.
They're there to support me in a huge way.
Yeah. I mean, that type of community that has your back and you gut check with them all the time. You're like, "Hey, is this the stance, or is this the stance? Is this how we should say it?" The fact that you have that little safe space to run ideas past. Do people ever challenge you and say, "Absolutely not. Do not do
Oh,
that."
yeah. I hear that.
Yeah.
But not that often, because I do try to think about them before I make a
Right.
decision,
Yeah.
or if somebody we're going to communicate with, like even doing this podcast.
Yeah.
No, they were super excited about it.
Yeah. But they're like, "Don't don't say this or don't say that." Or they're just like,
They don't do that.
"That's great."
There's not much they could
Yeah,
tell me
we
not to say.
exactly. I was gonna say, is there anyone that could tell me not to say something? No, I don't think. I think
I do
every
try to think before I speak, but it doesn't
yeah.
always work.
I mean, hey, you've survived this long without getting canceled, so
I know. Amazing, huh?
yeah, do you feel like, does that kind of surprise you?
In a way, after when the war started with Israel Palestine, I didn't get involved. And I'm Jewish
Yeah.
and progressive,
Yeah.
but I thought it is not something for my company to be involved in.
Yeah.
That's a really important lesson too. What do you get involved in?
Yeah.
Political things that are so divisive
Yeah.
is
Painfully.
not where companies should really get involved in.
Huh.
And I had one of the company's foundations, Ms. Foundation, that I'd been on board for a long time.
Yeah.
I watched them after all that. Like,
Mhm.
well, how were they speaking to it?
Mm.
Because I was worried about funding organizations that didn't reflect my values
Right.
anymore. And they told their team, it's none of our business, because
Hmm.
that's not the business we're in.
Yeah.
And I think that's where you've got to make a decision about what you need to do. But that's why on a personal level, I even kind of stayed away from it on a personal level.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to be divisive like that. I mean, how do I bring people in?
Yeah.
How do I
Support
become
them.
inclusive?
Yeah.
How do I change somebody's mind
Hmm.
if I'm shouting what I think and it's going to turn them off immediately?
Yeah. I mean, people do it poorly more
Mhm.
times than not.
I do. And then they get canceled.
Then they get
And I wonder
canceled.
why.
Yeah. I mean, you've had courage in a lot of ways. I mean, abortion rights and equality and these grassroots organizations. So you do take, you're choosing where
Oh, I'm taking risks.
you're taking risks,
For sure.
and I'm sure you get the pushback. I'm sure you get
Or maybe we
emails.
do. I
You're
actually
sheltered from it?
I noticed a few people that had a problem were on Facebook.
Oh,
A
always.
little bit older, more conservative, maybe.
Always.
There's a little older customer base of ours. And I never saw it on, I think there were one or two instances on Instagram. We just hide the comments
Yeah.
and move on. You can't get crazy over it.
I know.
You're not gonna make everybody happy.
No. I mean, the alternative is silence, or that just seems, it's the same thing. I think silence in those situations is kind of foolish, because if you could make an impact, because you've made an impact
With the right
with the right
organizations
tone.
and the right topics
Mm-hmm.
and what we really cared about. And that's why I said that North Star of the
Yeah.
foundation really, like, we kind of knew
Mm-hmm.
where we wanted to be.
Yeah.
And I think making a decision to really support small grassroots organizations, especially women of color,
Yeah.
was important to us, because I know they get no funding.
Yeah.
I know how hard it is for them.
Hmm.
I really know how tough it is. I mean, I don't experience it as a white woman, but
Right.
I get it. And I know their people don't get funded. And actually, the weirdest thing yesterday, I was at this conference, and they said that at this point, venture capital funding, it was like 2.3% to women, and Black women was 0.0004.
Okay.
They
Horrible.
just gave me a new stat that said 1% for women, period,
Oh, no.
going to venture capital. That was shocking to me.
Yeah.
So all you men out there, wherever you are, please fund women.
I mean, seriously, that gap is
crazy.
The
gap is crazy. And it was so many women are so successful.
Right. And they had to just grit through so much more rejection.
So much more rejection. And now things are getting worse.
Yeah.
Instead of better. We're going to have to see what happens. That's why we have to keep talking about it.
Yeah. I was even telling my co-founders, Priya and Pravanchi, I'm like, is it easier or harder? Because, don't some investors like need to check a box? They were like, oh no, it has been so hard to raise. And that just was wild to me because the company is research backed. They are brilliant. There's product market fit. It's like, it's so great. And for that to be harder for them because they're women
isn't that sad?
It breaks my heart.
Sad. So what you need to do is invest in funds that invest in women. So I'm involved in one called Operated Collective, which is based out of Northern California. Another one's based out of New York that really buys women-owned companies. And it could be in healthcare. It could be in a lot of different things in the tech world. They're all good. But there's one, and I'm trying to think of the name of it, but they, a couple of years ago, they started it. What if everybody gave $1,000?
Yeah.
And we had 50 women and raised $50,000, and we could give funding to one company, and we could choose that company to fund.
Yeah.
So they're still doing that. And I would say to people, I don't have $1,000. If you stopped drinking coffees and smoothies,
you can do it.
It's $20 a day. That's $100 a week. You've got your money right there.
Yeah.
So, having people understand the value of money, it's hard now. Everything's on wallet.
Yeah. Maybe because it's
digital.
Not tangible. Like
it's not like you take it out of your pocket and spend it. You know what's left.
Yeah.
It's a different world.
Well, yeah. I think even as a parent, teaching about money, it's ever changing how culture sees money, how people spend money, how they glorify or don't glorify money. It's a moving target, and it's kind of what you've talked about. It's the value behind money. It's the value of doing good in any circumstance.
Right.
That is whether that's
and with what you have
or with what you have. Totally.
And it doesn't have to be money.
It can be
time.
Yeah.
And that's something I was talking to somebody. They said, well, we don't have any money to fund. I said, it's not that.
Then
go out and, help one day.
Pick up the phone, start calling investors to
and like you do with your boys. Get them involved in things so they understand the meaning of giving back at a young age.
Yeah.
Important.
Yeah. I know that as we were talking about too, you're always wanting to be innovative. I was talking to you about AI. How honestly scary is it for you to look at this world of AI and say, okay, what do I do with this?
It's just so new.
Yeah.
And what you're doing is so interesting because we've looked at doing images that are AI, but they always look so fake.
Yeah.
And so we're so authentic.
Yeah.
What can we do to make the images look more real?
Yeah.
So we used to color up every T-shirt.
Yeah.
We used to send it off to Thailand or somewhere.
Yeah.
To get the colors changed. And they didn't look the same. The fabric didn't look the same.
Yeah.
So now we shoot every style we have on our website.
Which is so...
front, side, back. And it's done in the color. And if it comes in 12 colors, I'm shooting it 12 times.
Yeah.
So I'm very interested in talking to you more about this.
Yeah.
I need to get over this AI. I just need to spend some time with it. That's all.
Yeah. I think fear of AI is just, it's a responsible fear. Like for you not to say, cool, AI, let's have it take over our studio operations and our copy. And that's because you care deeply about your brand and how people experience your brand. So I think that fear is protective. As a mom, the fear I have before I introduce anything to my boys is healthy, I think. So I think it's about doing it well. I do think you'll become an AI wizard in no time, but you're right that it's that first.
I'm moving directly.
Safe.
No Excel, but I'm going to go to AI.
Yeah. Honestly, Excel is just truly the worst. I just rely on my husband for that. But yeah, I think that's the conversation I've been having with e-commerce owners are like, but my color is so important. And so if you can find whether it's our company or another company that cares about your brand and says, yeah, that that lace needs to look perfect, or cashmere has that in photos, has that really soft look. You can't lose any of it. You can't.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't.
And we do like 20 different fabrics.
Right.
So how do you get that rib?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have your 1x1, and then we have our shine fabric and your cashmere, and it's a big deal.
I will say,
it's very exciting what you're doing.
Sequins is still, AI can't do everything.
Oh,
and it would be
sequins?
foolish. I would say no. It just takes a lot of fine tuning. But like we were talking about, there's an opportunity for companies to look at their margins thoughtfully, because we can't do it all anymore, right? We can't do 70 photo shoots a year anymore with the best model.
We do a lot of them.
Yeah, you do. But then
But we could be spending our time doing other things that are equally important or more important.
Right. So where are those moments? And maybe that's not even just an image generation with AI, but there's so many other ways. But I'm just as like cautious of like, because like we were saying, you don't want to lose the authenticity. You don't want to lose the playfulness. You don't want to lose the color and the.
You can do a blend.
Yeah, totally. That's what I tell people all the time. Like mix in these AI editorial shots with the real ones,
and you can see what happens.
Scale it.
You're going to get a comment really quickly.
Oh yeah,
from people.
Yeah,
who know it's AI generated, but you can't tell anymore.
You can't really tell, and that's
scary
another scary topic, right?
I know, very.
Because
like, what's going to happen to our future?
I know,
and I worry about all these younger people that aren't getting jobs anymore.
I know.
So where are they going to go?
Yeah,
I don't know. And I think one of the reasons, and I actually asked my niece and niece-in-law. So I got upset, like, why aren't people saving money? She said they don't think they're going to be able to ever get that house. They don't see any reason to save. Either the plan is going to self-destruct, things are too expensive for them, they're never going to get there, so why worry about it? And all of a sudden it brought to me in another level. I thought, that's true. If you don't really think there's a future, why would you save for it?
Yeah. I mean, it kind of breaks my heart because I have kids and I love the power of like positive manifesting.
You have to have hope.
You have to. I mean,
you have to have hope and courage for these days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do think you're right that new college grads, that it's a tough time right now to. I mean, even when I graduated from UC Santa Barbara, entry-level jobs were still saying proficient in Excel, 5 years of experience. I mean, that was. And
it's always been difficult.
It's always been difficult,
particularly now. It's bad. And the trades that when I was going to school, there was like trade techs.
Yeah.
Where people could learn.
Yeah.
I mean, like plumbers are being paid a fortune now.
Oh, I pay them. I know. I tell my boys all the time, go look what he's doing.
I mean, there are really good jobs out there if you want to do them.
Oh, I had an idea to open a preschool that they taught how to wire electric panels and plumbing, because I think
kindergarten?
I think kids would, because they're so tactile, like my kids play Legos for hours a day because
and
they're
those other like little triangle things.
Yeah, the little magnetiles and all the things. They just do it for hours, and I'm like, they could be learning a trade right now, go through high school, and then be making $100,000 a year as a plumber the day they graduate. And I wonder if the pendulum will swing.
We'll see.
So far, but
we'll see. We need a lot more affordable housing. We need a lot more things to be built.
Yeah. I mean, and a lot of things like manufacturers and things all need to kind of.
There are things to do.
Yeah.
There are things to do, but it's finding it. So I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I dropped out of college because I didn't want to be a nurse, a teacher, a social worker. That was pretty much it.
For women or just
for women?
Yeah.
I felt that way. I mean, listen, some of the women I went, they became doctors or lawyers. Neither one.
You're still having more fun.
It was not my thing. And my mother said, when I was 13, she said, you're going to learn how to type. You'll always have a job.
Yeah.
And at 16, that was my summer job. This was secretarial.
Yeah.
So I dropped out immediately. I moved into the city of Chicago, near North, got jobs as a secretary, and then said, what am I going to do with my life? And I said, I'm going to take off a year. So 21, I just left by myself and went for a summer, came back and went to school, went back again, met a guy, ended up going to school in France, moved to Australia with him, and then just traveled through Asia. And I still didn't know what I wanted to do. So I'm 22, 23, 24.
But having so much fun.
Experiencing the world and taking care of myself because I could type. So I even got a job in Nepal typing for some NGO, some German NGO. So I go to work every day on their trolley. And it was great. And then I met this wonderful Indian woman who said, maybe you want to get into fashion.
Hmm.
So I found my way at 25. No idea.
Yeah.
No idea what to do. Didn't know how to do it, but kind of felt I could.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my journey. And but I think everybody's journey is different.
Yeah. But the fact that you took the risk to get on a plane and not know anyone and use a map and make new
Yeah, a map.
friends.
There was no
Truly.
Google
I
Translate.
know. I
There
lived
was
in
no
Paris for a year in college and I didn't have an iPhone. Like we talk about all the time. We just met up at places. Like even me, I was on the end of that world.
Yeah.
But what it created was a fierce sense of confidence. So when then I had business idea, I said, I can make that come to life.
Mhm.
And I think that's what happened, right? You said, if I can make a friend that we don't even speak the same language, I can definitely bring a business to life. And I think that type of courage is born through risk and kind of
Yeah,
chaos
and
in a
kind
way.
of not stupidity, I wouldn't say.
No, kind
But
of.
I just didn't know any better.
Yeah, kind of
And
stupidity.
I was one of those people that was like that elephant. I just move forward.
Yeah,
And I think I still do that.
yeah,
Just keep going,
yeah.
keep persevering. You're not going to get anywhere by stepping back and feeling like you failed. And I failed.
Yeah,
I failed plenty of times.
yeah,
And you just got to pick yourself up.
yeah.
Try not to make the same mistake again.
Sometimes you do.
And sometimes you do. I know.
Like,
True.
not like
Like
marriage.
the fourth time. Well, no. Michael was my fourth guy that I kind of like was
Loved.
living with. Yeah, there might have been more. But I was one of these serial monogamists. I'd live with the guy, I had
Serial
my rock and
monogamous.
roller, I had my screenwriter. It was very LA.
Yeah.
And when I met him, I don't know what it was that I
Mm,
asked him out. I didn't think he was really my type.
yeah.
Knew nothing. And he didn't remember what I looked like. No idea. And he only said yes because I think,
He
I
felt
it was like I
pursued.
was asking for an order. Like you're gonna go to dinner with me. And then that first night was insane. It was
Aw.
like everything that we both thought.
And you feel like that's like, you said you're not gonna date anymore, so is
I'm not gonna date anymore.
'cause he was your
Maybe
love.
there's somebody that's gonna show up sometime, but I'm
You're
not
not
on
gonna
Hinge.
you're not
I'm
looking.
not on Bumble. I'm not looking around for anybody.
No.
No, I had a great life with him. I was 30
Yeah.
years. I was a really
It's
lucky
beautiful.
person.
Yeah.
And I've got so many friends.
Yeah.
And I wanna travel more and
Yeah.
do things, and, I'm busy. I'm
You're too
okay.
busy for that.
I'm alright.
Yeah. I love that
I
life
don't
for
need it.
you. I think you're such a badass,
And
and I
thank
have
you.
such a
Wow.
career crush on you. So,
Thank you.
yeah, I just really appreciate just how you exist in the world it exudes confidence, it exudes joy. You're intrinsically motivated, which I think rubs off on other people as true inspiration. And so I'm just really glad to know you. And yeah, I just really appreciated this conversation.
Thank you, Mo. Me
Yeah.
too. It was wonderful
And I'm sure
with
we'll
you
have
today.
all these different connection points
I know, and now
after this,
we're
which is the
connected.
best.
And now we're connected
Yeah.
forever.
So Bend, Oregon.
I'm
I owe
coming.
you a cocktail.
Okay. Wonderful.
Cool. How can people find you and Michael Stars online and your organizations?
Okay, so you can find us on Instagram at
Okay.
Michael Stars Inc. And my own personal Instagram is Suzanne Lerner Suzanne _ Lerner.
Okay.
And then my dog, who everybody loves,
Would love.
is at Ms. _ Simba.
Oh, we
Who I'm sorry
love
she
a dog
wasn't here
follow.
today, but we love
Aw.
our dogs.
Yeah, they're just dog friendly.
And then, of course, we're online at michaelstars.com.
Okay, go buy Michael Stars.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.